Mr. Eggplant presents...
Hey guys, Tyler here, bringing you another Marksman Hunter 7.1.5 video. And I thought I would just take the time and post a new video kind of talking about my thoughts of Nighthold. I know that it just released last week. It should be, my guild should be starting our run here in probably about an hour or so. But I thought I wanted to kind of touch base with you guys and kind of maybe like a small discussion video about what I saw for the first week of raiding for a Marksman Hunter. So overall, I figured that Nighthold will be pretty easy since my guild kind of outgears it, which was the case. We went 9 of 10. We got to 12% on gul'dan, but we only had 2 pulls on it before we had to call raid for the evening. But one thing to note, that a lot of the fights were much easier once you actually get to them and see them than they are when you watch them in a video. I know I was a little bit overwhelmed looking at all the stuff I have to, manage, especially like on Elisand and stuff like that, and I had no problem at all. To you too. But overall, my guild runs a 2-4-8 raid team. I know it's not optimal, but we had no problems, and there's some fights like Tychondrius that we actually just 3-healed. It wasn't hard at all. Just looking at gear, as you can see here, my item level did go up. I am now running with the Relaxing Ruby just because to get my mastery up, because I really want to shoot for at least 25%. But I did get my 2-piece. I got the chest and I got the gloves. And for marksman hunters to be really good in Nighthold, they definitely want to get that 2-piece as soon as possible. I noticed my DPS went up quite a bit because of that. And overall DPS, I was the top DPS in my guild by a fair amount. So people saying that marksman hunters aren't viable, they definitely are. I know my group's DPS maybe isn't as high as it should be, but still, like, I was ahead by like 100k on some fights, and I'll post how much damage I did in the description below, and I will also post the rotation that I use in the description below. And also just wanted to kind of go over trinkets and stuff that would be your best bet for raiding. Number 1 is Convergence of Fates. It's the one off Elisand. The other hunter in my group got it, and it's a big deal. It shaves off 5 seconds of your true shot cooldown, and see, mine's 2.5 minutes right now. But if you see the 2 set is every 35 focus you spend, you gain or you lose 1 second off of that cooldown, and that happens often. Coupled with the 5 seconds off, which they say it usually goes off around 3 times every minute. So you're looking to get about 15 seconds off of your cooldown every minute, and that's huge. And we're going to get to the point where after people are geared, they're going to have like a minute or so cooldown on their true shot, and that is going to be amazing. Bloodthirsty Instinct is still very viable. I currently still have mine here. Let's see, Gorm Mastery Trinket, those stat sticks as I call them, because they don't really have any extra equip, they're just stats. That's really nice. I actually kind of wish I would have one versus the Relaxing Ruby. But a Relaxing Ruby would be strong against AoE fights. Just, kind of helps out a little bit, especially like on Scorpiron, Tychondrius, that sort of thing. Let's see, the Ethereal Urn from Nightbane, it's really strong. I have not actually killed Nightbane, but if you're one of those guys that can get up and do that, I would definitely recommend that. Let's see, BIS Legendaries are going to be your boots and your gloves, and hey, guess what? I have neither of those. With the boots, you get 0.8 seconds every cast. That's really strong, especially because our meat and potatoes of our DPS is going to be aim shot, and that just couples so well. So if you can get a hold of those, especially now that they're 940, it's game changing. Especially with the passive on your gloves being. You can move while casting aim shot, every other aim shot. It's very strong. I really want it, because fights like Trilliax and stuff are kind of annoying, and not that they're hard by any means, but I did find my DPS did go down significantly on those fights. Like I said, I'll post the opener. I know I had some people say that, you know, it could be higher or that sort of thing, but I'm just going to go ahead and continue to use the opener that I put in the video, just because, for one, for continuity's sake, but two, I'm doing well. I mean, I'm doing top 90% for my item level on most fights, and there's been a couple of fights I actually do 99%. So I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing because it seems to be working. Now later on, if I get into heroic and it doesn't, I will make a video and I will kind of you know, fine tune that a little bit. Like I said, the hardest fight I saw as a marksman hunter would have been Trilliax, not because it's difficult, but just because you have to move around a lot. And then the real difficult one was Elisand. Uh, Gul'dan I did not think was hard at all. We just didn't have enough time to kill it, because a couple more pulls we would have killed it for sure. Let's see. I know that I've had some people kind of sending me messages wanting to know, you know, how come the opener isn't working for me, and you know, what do I do after the initial opener? And all I can say is, I know it sounds like a cop-out, but I can't really tell you things that I do because I just kind of do them on instinct. For example, I'm going to make sure and use Windburst on cooldown like everybody should, but if something's about to die, for example, and I can get a mark shot off on it, I'm going to always do that. I'm going to prioritize mark shot because if I'm sitting there wasting a cast of aim shot on a blood on Tichondrius, for example, and it's going to die before that aim shot actually gets to the target, it's much better off to stop that cast and do mark shots, stuff like that. Just little ways where you can kind of up your damage, that sort of thing. If you guys have any other little tips or tidbits, you might put those in the comments below. I know that they'll be much appreciated, because my goal on all my YouTube videos, especially my hunter ones, is to get some conversation between hunters. I know I've talked to some hunters that are on Alliance and on Horde, and it's overall, I'm seeing a lot better results from people, and people are doing better, and I'm really glad for that. So, DPS wise, like for example, our first raid night was not very good. We didn't really take it seriously. We didn't bloodlust in the right spots, that sort of thing. But on Scorpyron, I did 798k, and I will put those on the thing here. 85% for my item level. The Anomaly, I did 409k, 67%. That one in Trilliax I did really bad on. Trilliax I did 369, or 64% for my item level. But the Allurial, I did 878k with the build that I have, which was good for 96%, at least at the time. Crosis, 444k and 79%. And on most of these fights, I'm over 100k higher than the next DPS. Star Augur, excuse me, I had 476k, 99%ed him. I did very well, and I was pleasantly surprised about that. Tichondrius, I did 496k, 84% for my item level, and my guild was actually having issues doing enough DPS, so we had one of our healers go ret for that fight, and I was on a little bit on blood duty and ad duty, but mostly just on Tichondrius to make sure we got that down. So that's basically almost no AoE DPS there, which was kind of nice. Botanist, I was 581k or 96%. I did very well on that. And then Elisand, 417k and 94% at her. And like I said, we never killed Gul'dan, so can't really give you any good information on that fight. So I just wanted to kind of make a little video, just kind of letting you guys know how it's going from in Nighthold for like an average hunter. I don't consider myself amazing, and I don't consider myself a noob, so I'm kind of like somewhere in between. And of course I'm a clicker, so people usually don't like that, but I'm getting good results, so well. So until next time, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!